Hi, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Alright, let's take a look at the total crypto market cap to get the night started, and then we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin, see how that's holding up. Okay, so not liking the looks of that MACD, still have bearish momentum growing there, and it's actually lower than right here for the time being. So, bearish momentum's not looking great. The daily, though, it's still showing signs of getting weaker, which I'm liking since we're above the fib level right here. You can see it just coming down and wicking to this level. And the RSI is actually quite oversold for the time being. Yeah, 25 on the RSI on the daily, so that's quite oversold. And on the 4 hour, we actually have a sign of a little bit of bullish momentum starting to build as well. And bullish divergence right here on the 4 hour is attempting to play out. So I'm liking the looks of it on the 4 hour and the daily at least. And same thing on the 1 hour. You can see that a little tiny bit of bullish momentum starting to build right here. Kind of just maybe looking like a little consolidation or something on the half hour, but from the daily down to the 1 hour, I'm liking the looks of the total crypto market cap quite a lot for the time being. Alright, Bitcoin. So same thing as the total crypto market cap on the weekly, you can still see the bearish momentum growing there. But on the daily, you can see that the bears are actually losing momentum. And I'm liking the looks of that with the bullish divergence and the way that we're currently above the fib level right here, which would be the 618 fib level. And there's also some pretty significant resistance right here, as this is where we had bottomed out after the last pullback. Or significant support, I should say. So that's looking nice there. And the 4 hours, same as the total crypto market cap, you could see a little bit of bullish momentum starting to build right here. And bullishly engulfing. And bullish momentum's gaining on the 1 hour as well. So I wouldn't really be that surprised if we see Bitcoin making an attempt at a rally, which would be great, especially at the 618 fib level and the pretty significant support that we're currently on. So if we can form a high above right here, it's looking nice, but if we break through this fib level here, the 0.5, looking like Bitcoin might be about to take another crack at a rally. And half hour, yeah, the bullish momentum's actually still gaining on the half hour as well. It's not that much bullish momentum yet, but still looking nice. So I'm actually liking the looks of Bitcoin tonight. Looking a lot better than last night, at least. Alright, let's see how XRP's holding up. So looking the same thing as Bitcoin. Total crypto market cap, the daily shows that the bears are losing momentum. 4 hour will probably have bullish momentum. Yeah, just attempting to get some bullish momentum going again here on the 4 hour. Candles aren't really doing that much yet, but if the MACD does start showing signs of bullish momentum growing, could be looking nice. And some 4 hour bullish divergence right here that might be playing out as well. So I'm actually liking the looks of Bitcoin, total crypto market cap, and XRP so far. If the total market cap runs, I wouldn't be surprised if all of these decided to take a nice little rally. Okay, bears losing momentum on the daily on Ethereum. 4 hours still not looking great. And it's a little bit of bullish engulfing here on the 1 hour, but not really much to talk about yet. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Bitcoin and XRP, are currently looking better than Ethereum. Tiny bit of bullish momentum there, but still not much to talk about. So I'll wait for a little more information to develop on Ethereum for the time being. It's kind of just looking more like consolidation than anything, but if the total crypto market cap does run, there's a good chance that most of the crypto assets are going to end up taking a nice little rally. Alright, now let's see how Hex is holding up tonight. Okay, so on the weekly, the bearish momentum is still growing on the MACD. And we still have a bearish engulfing candle here on the weekly. We do have some hidden bullish divergence on the MACD, at least going for it, but would probably need to wait for some more coinciding variables, more information to develop. Oh, and there's actually 4-hour bullish divergence right here as well. Still looking like it wants to pull back slightly though, and maybe like retouch the support line here and then make another attempt at a run up. I'm probably going to wait for more information to develop here as well, but Hex is looking a little bearish to me at the moment. Okay, so for CRV, we have the first negative momentum on the MACD that we've had so far on this chart. Not really all that much information here yet, though. The daily looks like the bearish momentum's cooling off a bit, and the RSI is currently oversold, though. 4 hour, the opposite, though. Looks like the bulls are losing momentum, so I'm seeing more consolidation than anything going on here for the time being. Looking like we might have a little bit of 1 hour bullish divergence as well. So 1 hour looking all right there. Yeah, I want to wait for more information to develop on CRV as well here. We do have a bit of 1 hour bullish divergence, so if the total crypto market cap ends up running, I wouldn't really be surprised if this ends up getting a nice little rally, but probably going to wait for a bit more information before I really have any final thoughts on this. Oh, there's 15-minute bullish divergence as well, but that's not significant of a time frame at all. So between the bullish divergence and the RSI being oversold, it's kind of looking alright, but I don't really see any coinciding variables for an actionable long or anything at the moment. Alright, now let's see how the US stock market's holding up for tonight. So the weekly, still not looking great. Bearish momentum growing. First time we've broken support here. So as I've been saying on the other streams, what we want to see for the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq would be we want to get back above the support level here and form a higher low. At that point, I'll be liking the looks of it a lot more. But until we see that higher low above there, I'm going to be very cautious about the stock indexes. So I'm liking the looks of the MACD though. The bears are losing momentum, and it is looking like it's attempting to hold and maybe get back above there for now. Showing a lot of consolidation on the smaller time frames, so just going to wait for that higher low to attempt to form there and see what happens. And if we don't get a higher low, I would not be surprised if we come down to 32,400. But realistically, I think it's more likely we would see 29,663 here. As you can see, this is where the top is of the cycle right before we got the big March COVID dip here. So if we pull back here, form support at this previous top here, at that point I would then really be liking the looks of the Dow Jones. But for now it's looking horrible in my opinion. Alright, S&P 500. So 3 days straight of bears losing momentum. Looking like the candles are attempting to hold. Looks like we do have a bit of bullish divergence here as well on the 4 hour. Showing more consolidation than anything on the smaller time frames, but kind of the same idea as with the Dow Jones. What we want to see would be the S&P getting back up into the support level and forming a higher low in this range. So if we do continue to pull back, the 236 for the S&P 500 would be 3,839 points, and the 382 would be 3,233. So this is another level. I really wouldn't be surprised if we end up hitting this level, because that would be right before the March dip as well. So if the S&P pulls down, tries to form a support level here at the previous resistance, the previous top, S&P would then be looking nice. For the time being, same thing as the Dow Jones, though I'm really not liking the looks of it for now. Same with this MACD on the weekly there. You can see the bearish momentum just keeps getting stronger for now. So we'll wait for more information to develop on the stock indexes, but S&P and Dow really aren't looking nice right now. So I'll take a quick look at the Nasdaq here, and then we're done with the stock indexes for the night. Yeah, same thing. The weekly looks horrible on the MACD, just lots of bearish momentum growing. This is actually the second week straight that we've been breaking below the support level. 2 days of bears losing momentum on the MACD instead of 3, which is what we've seen on the S&P and the Dow Jones. So I'm at least liking the way that the candles are attempting to hold here. And if we get another day or two of the bears losing momentum, maybe it won't be looking as bad, but we'll have to see whenever we get there. Yeah, we had some nice 4-hour bullish divergence right here. Yeah, same idea with the other two stock indexes. We would like to ideally get above this support line here, form a higher low. Then things will be looking alright for continuation of rally. But until then, these would be where I have in mind for potential pullback zones. That's pretty realistic targets that I think we could hit. So first is the 236, 13,026 points. Would definitely pull back to here fairly easily from where we are now. The 382 would be 10,689, but during the March dip we actually were all the way down here at just a little over the 0.5 fib level. So if we were to pull back to the previous top before the COVID dip, Nasdaq would be in for a further pullback than the S&P and the Dow Jones. So wouldn't be surprised to see this at all at the 236, but the 382 to the 0.5 fib level are also pretty likely pullback zones if the stock indexes decide to keep on pulling back for a while. Yo, what's up, Gabe? Anything you want me to check out for you tonight? Yeah, so I'm just going to wait for a little more information to develop on here as well, and then we'll come back over the next couple of days and see if the stock indexes are able to get back above that support level or if we're in for some more downside. Realistically, it does look like it wants to keep on pulling back, but if the Fed decides to print out a bunch more money or something and invalidate the pattern, that wouldn't surprise me by any means, especially with the stock indexes. Alright, now let's see how Doge is looking tonight. This is one asset that is at an absolutely phenomenal accumulation zone that I'm loving. Oh, yeah. If you want me to go back to any of the stock indexes for you, just let me know, I don't mind. Okay, so daily bullish divergence here on Doge. That's awesome. 4 days straight of the bears losing momentum. We're under the Fibonacci levels. So this is one of the most amazing accumulation areas that we could be at. That huge upside potential as well. We were all the way up to around 75 cents at the previous all-time high on Doge. So if we do get another beautiful altcoin season to end the cryptocurrency bull run, well, this could definitely be one that's in for some huge upside momentum. Especially whenever Elon starts talking about it. So 4 hour, I'm just seeing consolidation for now. No, I didn't do gold yet. I'll go check out gold and silver next. So I don't see any, not really many immediate signs of reversal besides the bullish divergence, which I believe was on the daily here. So that's looking great, but smaller time frames, I'm still going to wait for a little more information to develop to see if it's going to pop, but personally, I'm accumulating a lot of Doge at these levels. I've been doing that for about the past 2 weeks because this is just one of my favorite looking assets at the time being. Just these levels are so floored, and I'm quite bullish on Doge myself. And let's check out gold for you, Gabe. So we're still attempting to break above that last fib level here. Flat bullish momentum for now. So what we want to see is a higher high above 1878 right here. If we get a high above here, really liking the looks of gold. If we get a high above 1918 right here, gold's looking phenomenal at that point. So as long as we kind of just stay in this general uptrend here, loving the looks of gold for the time being. So the daily, a little bit of bearish momentum and attempting to break the support level here. Now the 4 hour is looking quite nice though. So very oversold, came all the way down to about 18.4 on the RSI. MACD shows that the bears are starting to lose momentum, and the candles are kind of rounding out right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if gold just comes back up and forms a higher low here and then keeps on going. I would be watching for if it does attempt to continue to the downside as it's under the support for now, but I don't know. Honestly, it's looking pretty nice to me on the larger time frames. Not really much action on the MACD on the 1 hour, but Still looking pretty nice, I find. So we'll come back to gold over the next couple of days, but you could see this beautiful, nice little channel it was in here. Came up, attempted to break that a couple of times, finally broke and tried to get out of the fib level above it. And now we're just forming higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So if we get another higher high or two and we just break above here, gold's looking great. So for upside targets, I wouldn't really be surprised if we seen anything between $3,000 to $5,000 gold with the economic instability that we're seeing across the world over the next couple of years. So gold is one asset that I definitely will be keeping an eye on and accumulating. So gold is a safe haven asset. So basically whenever hard times happen, people like to accumulate gold to keep their funds safe and basically preserve their wealth. And we do have some bullish divergence right here on the half hour though, which I'm liking the looks of. So the bullish divergence on top of just being underneath here, attempting to get back above here. Gold's looking great. I like the looks of gold. Even though we're currently under the support level slightly for now, I still find that this looks great. Alright, now let's take a look at silver and see how that's doing tonight. Okay, weekly, bulls gaining momentum. And the daily, we got the first bearish momentum in probably about 2 weeks roughly there. And bearish engulfing for now. 4 hour we're oversold and bears losing momentum though, and looks like the candles are starting to round out. So silver's actually looking pretty similar to gold right now. Oh, hey Sandra, hope you're having a good night tonight. Okay, so we do have a little bit of 15-minute bullish divergence here. So candles are trending down, RSI's flattened out. Four hours currently oversold, bears losing momentum. The daily could be looking a bit better. Personally, I do find that silver is still looking nice though, so ideally we just want to hold above this level right here. So if we just got a little pullback, retouched around these wicks and then came back up, silver would still be looking good. But the way that the 4 hour and the smaller time frames are looking, I wouldn't be surprised if silver just formed a higher low and then attempted to rally from here. So I'm liking the looks of both gold and silver for the time being right now. Alright, now let's see how Thor's looking tonight. And anything else that you guys want me to take a look at for you tonight? Okay, so Thor, we actually have our first little pullback here in a bit. You can see the support broke. Right now, on the new day, we're just holding at the 618 fib level. But if it does break and decide to pull back, I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to the 786, which would be about $102.9. Realistically, after the rally that Thor just had, I'm not really surprised that it's cooling off, especially after a little bit of bumpy news today for it. So it was down around $16 roughly and rallied all the way up to 240, and that was within the run of, let's see, just about a month to do all that movement. So it's about time that this asset does end up cooling off a little bit, especially considering that most of the crypto market's currently in a downtrend. So the way that Thor was climbing while everything else was pulling back was showing some pretty strong bullish signs on it. But it's about time that it gets a little time to cool off, and then I'm still liking the looks of Thor on the larger time frames. I wouldn't be surprised if it just cools off, gets a little dip down to 103 roughly, and then continues to the upside. Yeah, they definitely have some tougher laws over there in New York. As many of you know, over in the States, they're a little more strict on signing up for certain exchanges and stuff like that. So some of our members are from there, so they have a little bit of issue to purchase some of our DeFi projects that I end up taking a look at because of issues. Okay. I'm probably going to check out another 2 or 3 assets tonight, and then I'll call it a night. So if you guys want me to take a look at anything for you, just let me know. And let's take a look at time. This one should be absolutely butchered at this point. Yeah, $328. That's disgusting of a pullback. Wow. So time was all the way up here at almost $10,000 US, and now it's just floored at $328. Personally, I'm not touching it at this point after it broke this support. It was pretty significant support on the daily, and looked like it was some very significant bullish divergence as well. You could see right here on the RSI and the candles. But once it finally broke below that, which was a big liquidation event, there was, from my understanding, a whale got liquidated for a bit over $1 million on a position, and that just drove the price of time into the dirt. And since then, it's just been in a really rough, consistent downtrend. So, between some bad news from the team and the technicals, time is looking absolutely horrible. Yeah, it was looking nice right up until right here. And then once that broke, it's just been looking rough ever since. Alright, now let's see how Quant's looking tonight. So the daily shows that the bears are losing momentum. That's what we want to see. But the candles are still bearishly engulfing for now. The RSI is quite oversold though on the daily, down around 14. So I'm liking the looks of that. And it's looking like this is a pretty significant support level right here. The 4 hour does show the bears getting a bit of momentum though. Personally, I'm loving the accumulation area here on Quant. It's not as floored as Dogecoin, but anything that's around the 786 and lower, if you're bullish on that asset, great accumulation area. And we do have some 1 hour bullish divergence here as well. So a little bit of bullish divergence. Oversold on the daily. And MACD on the daily is losing momentum. Personally, I really like this as an accumulation area on Quant. I don't really see anything saying that there's an immediate reversal on it, but I myself am accumulating down around these levels. We're under the 786. It's a little over 4x to the previous all-time high. And I wouldn't be surprised if this one went for new all-time highs whenever alt season comes rolling around, if we get a nice alt season to finish the cycle. And Quant's goal of interoperability, that's something that's really interesting to me as well. So between both the fundamentals and the technicals, as the project's really interesting and the chart's showing that this is pretty well bottomed, I'm going to be accumulating quite a lot of Quant at these levels. Alright, now I'll take a look at power and then I'll probably call it a night. So this is another project similar to Thor, a DeFi chain coin that you just receive passive income from on nodes. Very high risk though. So daily stochastic's not looking great. 3 days of red candles here in a row on the daily. The 4-hour stochastic, I'm liking that though. It's bullish cross for now. 15-minute bullish divergence, but that's not really a significant time frame. Oh, we do have it on the 1 hour as well, though. That's a lot more significant. So 1 hour bullish divergence, 4 hour stochastic is bullish. Candles don't really look the best, so I wouldn't really be surprised if it does consolidate, but it also looks like if it wants to, it could make an attempt at rallying, so power's at least looking alright for tonight. Oh, I'll actually take a look at OMI quick and then I'll call it a night. This one was holding up quite well for the downtrend we've been in, so this one looks interesting. So I'm really liking the looks of this on the weekly for now. You can see it's just attempting to form consistent highs here. The daily, we do have some bullish momentum growing. Right here was 4 days straight of attempting to break here, but it would just wick below and then come back up, so I'm liking the looks of that. 4 hour, it's attempting to bullishly engulf. The MACD does show that the bulls are losing a bit of momentum for now. And the 1 hour shows that they're at least attempting to gain momentum with a little bit of bullish engulfing. So yeah, I'm really liking the looks of OMI, especially the way that it was higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now it looks like it's just about to make an attempt at a higher high, which could put us at new all-time highs on OMI, which would actually be great for the way that the total crypto market's looking for the time being. So this asset's looking quite bullish to me for the time being. Alright, well, I'm going to call her a night, everyone. I hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
animated explainer video, it's never been easier. Over 7,000 services.